Hi everyone, it's your girl Ken with another week of Gimme Five LiveWellJamaica Top 5 Stories. Before we get into the top 5 stories for this week, remember to subscribe, like, and share. Share. Okay, so what to expect this week? The stories are No Holding Back. Javante reclaims his self-confidence by seeking therapy. Understanding Trauma, Seeking Professional Help, a chat with psychologist Janelle Brooks. U is for University. In the midst of a pandemic, Romane leaves his 9-to-5 job. And Depression is Not the End of the World, Kristen Autumn. So on to the first story, No Holding Back. Javante reclaims his self-confidence by seeking therapy. This is a story of overcoming trauma by seeking therapy. Javante experienced several types of traumas. After brushing off all the traumatic events, he finally sought therapy, and it made him more comfortable talking about his experience. Also, in his interview, Javante spoke about going against all odds, defying the stigmatism where Jamaican men or men in general are expected to be macho. So, he did what was best for him. He reached out, he saw therapy, and it worked out. Everything worked out very, very well. The next story is Understanding Trauma, Seeking Professional Help, a chat with psychologist Janelle Brooks. So I did the interview with Janelle, and basically Janelle explained to me what trauma is. So trauma is any experience or perceived threat to life, safety, and the environment. Because I think a lot of us go through trauma, but don't know that we're actually going through trauma because we don't know what it means, right? So Janelle also explained to me she gave me some recommendations on how you can start the recovery process. Reaching out to someone, especially a family or friend, is just one of the many ways to start the recovery process. So reach out, speak out, and start recovering, guys. The next one on the list for this week is U is for University. This story is about Sashoy Nichols overcoming the challenges she faced while in university. Sashoy is a second-year marketing student in university, and she believes everything comes with a price. And it's really how much you're willing to pay in their pursuit of whatever it is. In her story, she said, she gave a quote that stood with me. It stood out for me, actually. Start with the end in mind. These are powerful words because I know sometimes most of us feel like we don't want to start something, or we just can't be bothered. We're too lazy. For example, getting a degree or starting our own business, and we're like, oh man, I can't be bothered with the entire journey, the failures, and everything that I'm going to have to go through. However, Sashoy says, if you basically look at the victory, you look at what you will gain by going through that process, that journey. It's awesome. What more motivation could you possibly need? Thank you for these lovely words, Sashoy. They will stick with me. I think it might be my new mantra. It might be. Okay, so on to our fourth story this week. In the midst of a pandemic, Romane leaves his 9-to-5 job. Wow, Romane. Wow. Imagine the entire world is going through a pandemic and a lot of persons are losing their job, and Romane left, but he left for better for himself growth. This is a step a lot of persons aren't willing to take. He took the risk, and I'm sure for him the risk was worth it. It was worth it. The rewards he's currently gaining by being his own boss. Come on, what more could you possibly want? So Romane's story is one of motivation and inspiration. Romane left his job in a pandemic to start his own business, R&R Designs. Kudos to you, Romane. For me, this is definitely inspirational because I know most of us want to take certain risks. We want to do certain things, but we're too scared. Read Romane's story. if it doesn't push you, I don't know what else will push you to take that risk and do what you love. Go for what you want. And our final story for this week is Depression is Not the End of the World, Kristen Authen. Kristen's story is a powerful story. Kristen spoke about experiencing depression while in university and how she coped. I mean, university in itself, it's very challenging. So imagine going to university and experiencing depression. Kristen, you're very strong, very, very strong for coping with depression and graduating university. At the end of her interview, there is a quote which says, "There is hope, even when your brain tells you there isn't," by John Green. Those are also powerful words. So kudos to everyone in these stories. Guys, you did remarkably well. You did great. I applaud your bravery. I applaud the steps you took. So good job, guys. Good job. So guys, that's it for this week. Gimme 5, top 5 stories from LiveWell Jamaica. Leave a comment and share some love on these stories. Also, check out our other stories on our blog, LiveWellJamaica.com. And for everything LiveWell, I'm going to put the links to every single thing in the description. So don't you worry. I got you covered. I got you. So remember, subscribe, like, and share. So remember, guys, live out loud. Live life. Just live and make sure you enjoy life.